Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter board game every single time and give you my honest thoughts on that Kickstarter. Before we get into it, I want to give all of you a huge thanks for sticking with it. The last few episodes were a little bit choppy as I'm doing it live now, but I figured out, hopefully, how to fix that thanks to the help of Richard Ham, actually, from aka Rondo of Rondo's Run Through. He let me know that having a bunch of tabs open was bad for streaming, and now I know that. But today, I'm really excited to be checking out the 8th most popular game in the tabletop world on Kickstarter right now, and that is New York Crisis. And this is a relaunch of an adventure cooperative game set in New York City. Enjoy the most exciting family trip of your lives. And that right there sounds like an interesting teaser there. Enjoy the most exciting family trip of your life. Now, this is a relaunch as well, which means I'm going to try and dig real deep into this one to see, maybe what they did differently this time versus last time. And hey, what's up, Peasants Game? Ahoy! So they've already hit their goal, so that's spectacular. $9,780. They have 10,000 8 days left to go. They made this a shorter Kickstarter, but let's check out the video and see what we got going on.
In New York City, anything is possible. And a simple holiday visit can lead to all sorts of unexpected situations.
Oh my god!
Quigorama presents New York Crisis. Meet the Smiths. Discover new missions and new enemies. Explore the Big Apple in your search for clues. Before it's too late.
So I really like a lot of what they're doing here. They're taking this kind of dark theme. It's like, hey, we're on a family vacation and somebody gets shot. But I saw like the Slimer in there, which tells me that, there's going to be some very interesting different adventures here. They've posted a lot of things that get me excited about this game, and I feel like this is a really well done video. And I'm going to guess that this was not the video they had on their first Kickstarter. I'm going to take a bold stab at it, and we'll check out their first video as well.
Crisis. Now on Kickstarter.
Short, sweet, to the point, told me a lot of what I wanted to know, and I think that was a well-done video. Didn't blow my pants off by any stretch of the imagination, but I thought it was good. And let's see. So, Juagorama, 6 created. So let's check out what the 6 created are. So, this is the relaunch. Board game masks. Okay, that's kind of cool. Okay, so here we go. The original one. Let's check it out. April 11th, 2020. They were asking for $18,000. And creator, it was funded. Okay. All right, let's take a look at this video. Is it the same video? Oh, it is. Okay, it is. Maybe it was just... You know what? You know what I really think could have potentially been the issue here? Look at that title, New York Crisis. Think of what was happening in April in New York. So I'm going to guess that this was just like, oof, a very poorly timed Kickstarter through no faults of their own. So I'm going to guess that that's the big difference here. I think this is, because this looks just to be a straight copy-paste job almost, but with a slightly lower funding goal. I actually kind of want to check this out. So there's the ghost. Okay, so they messed with the layout a little bit. Okay. Very interesting. So they messed with the guts of it a little bit. Interesting. So what did they put first now? Mission tutorial. So this is about the story, the mission, showing you the miniatures. Cool. That part right there was a little bit lackluster there. I'm not going to be honest with you. It just didn't do it for me. I think I like the original one a little bit better. But anywho, let's continue. So this one, it was originally canceled, most likely because of that. Now, I wonder why they half their funding goal. That's one thing that looks like a little bit of a red flag to me personally. When I see a funding goal less than $10,000 to make a minis game, I go... That seems, and I'm not in the know. I mean, I made a card game years ago with 500 cards, but doing minis and stuff. But I know minis are expensive, and when I see you're backing a minis game, you're funding a mini game for $10,000, I say, is that really how much you need? But anywho, they're already funded, so that is a moot point. We got... Okay, so here, I kind of like this. This is what was on towards the top of the last one. I think this just looks a little bit more appealing. Kickstarter exclusives, filling me in on those Kickstarter exclusives. But it looks like it's a good deal of minis in there. Doesn't look like it's overpowered with minis. It looks like it's the right amount of minis, that the gameplay is the most important factor, and it's not the minis. These are just here to enhance it. Where sometimes I feel like with some games, it's just the minis are the main drawing factor. 15 story cards, I like that. And that I really like. I wonder if there is a way that they could have mentioned that earlier, because that's what I want. I want this kind of be the half is an aggressive reduction on a funding goal. Yes, I absolutely agree. That's what I'm like, especially for a minis game. Which, once again, that's kind of a red flag to me personally. So, but with these story cards, I feel like they should be advertising these a little bit more, because I like the idea of a one-off. Because so many of these minis games are like, you're going to need to invest hundreds of hours, and it's going to be insane. And if you're not playing with the original cast, you're not even going to want to play. Like, if you're playing with a new person, you're like, forget it. Whereas this is like, hey, this is more of a bite-sized play out, do a different crazy, zany adventure, kind of maybe develop your favorite adventures, and you could talk about it, be like, oh yeah, we played the Ghostbusters adventure with Bobby, and that opens up the possibilities to do all sorts of crazy miniatures in the future, which is, I think, a really smart thing for them, because the crazier you make the miniatures, assuming they're high quality, the more attention it's going to get, because everyone's going to be like, well, you know what? I don't have a unicorn being ridden by an obese man as one of my miniatures, and I definitely need that. Like little things like that might come up in my role-playing group. So I think what the idea they have here is really solid, and it lends itself to potentially have a future huge Kickstarters if they just crank up the insanity on some of these expansions, like the insane expansion. I think it'd be a great idea. Now, daily stretch goals unlocked every day at 3 p.m. So this is their way of trying to draw people back every single day instead of doing regular stretch goals. And I'm very interested to know what everyone else thinks about this. For me personally, I still like the old stretch goals better. These feel like participation stretch goals. You know, these aren't even really stretch goals, technically. They're just things that are going to be in the game and you're not telling us about. They're like secrets you're keeping from me. Why would I want you to keep secrets from me? I'm going to give you money. So I don't think I like the daily stretch goals as much, but that's a personal thing. I don't know. I would love to see some articles about that. Like, I would like to see someone run a Kickstarter with daily stretch goals versus not having daily stretch goals and really look into that. But it is a great way to get people coming back to your Kickstarter page, and judging by the fact that I think they're number 4 up there, that means they're doing really stinking well. So, Obese Unicorn Kickstarter, can't wait. There you go. Sunday lock, Monday lock. Okay, so they got this all set up. I can get behind that. Oh, and then the Kickstarter exclusive ones on the Thursday and Friday of the last 2 days. Okay, that shows me there's a good deal of thought going into this, and I am absolutely going to check out this Kickstarter towards the end to see what kind of traffic that brings, because I want to know, like, especially if you're like on the fence about this game and they bust out like this super awesome, like, crazy mini. Maybe it's the Unicorn Obese Man. Maybe that's coming on Thursday, because if that's coming on Thursday, boom, that's box office, baby. That's big numbers. All right, so what do we got here? Stretch goals funded, awesome. Wait, oh, so you have classic stretch goals and daily stretch goals? I like this. I did not like the beginning. Let's go back up to the top. I think now that you have hit your funding goal, you need to be looking to the future, okay? And I would personally be putting some of this stretch goal information up here, because this is a little bit of a slog to get through. You know, if I'm this far, do I want to read? Let's see. With the price reduction and eschewing stretches doesn't ooze confidence, but it's an interesting idea. I agree. All right, so how to play, very nice. English how to play, Spanish how to play, like it. Tell me there's someone I know on here. Okay, that looks really well done. Reviews, learn to play. Let's take a look at, these are not reviews. I would put a little P there. This is a learn to play. This is Man vs. a Meeple, preview it. This is preview. All of these are previews. And I'm fine. I don't have a problem with previews in any way, shape, or form. But just don't call it a review. I think that turns some people off. Talk about the turnaround. Oh, okay. I'll get to the turnaround. I get there. So let's go take a look at the pledge goals. All right. The meat and potatoes. 30 euros. Core game pledge early bird. That's really not bad. What's the shipping? Shipping costs will be charged in the pledge manager. She's shipping. you know what I'm trying to say here. See shipping for the details. That's a wait, are these standees or are these oh, okay. So you get standees unless you get the exclusive. Is that what I'm looking at here? Are they all okay? Okay, so we're now at $55. So this is the one that no one's gonna get most likely. Yeah, 18 backers, and it's the early bird. People are like, no, thank you. This is probably gonna be the one. No, one backer. Oh, that's the core game pledge. Who's that one? Who's that guy or gal? Who does that? Who's like, I don't want the deal. No deal for me. I want to pay full price. That blows my mind. Anyway, back to shipping, because that could make or break this. Make or break it. Let's check it out. Shipping all the way at the bottom. Why do you wait to the bottom to put shipping? It's so important. Like, look at this. Okay, shipping information. At least it looks good there. But yeah, this should be higher. I don't want to have to go searching for it. Shipping costs include USA 15 to 20 pounds. I would convert that to dollars. Yeah, I would take the time to convert this into all the standard currency. I think that's really, and what's the turnaround? September 2021. Okay, I mean that's next year. That seems reasonable. I'm not against that. But I really think that they should take the extra time. Like how quick would it be to just say convert 25 to 35 pounds or whatever this is into the non-EU countries, whatever currency they use. You know, maybe it is a little bit hard because they have different currencies, but I would still, for the countries like Australia, you could fix this. United States, I would totally do that. Just make it easier for me to do the math and get there. At least that's what I'm thinking. All right, miniatures. Why is this down here? Why? No. This should be higher. This is great stuff. Like if you, yeah, higher store pledge. All right, here we go. The Kickstarter exclusive pledge. So this is going to be the one that everybody wants. It's got the early bird. At least I'm assuming this is the one that everybody wants. 110 backers, 4 backers for the full price one. Once again, who are you for, people? Who are you for, people? I don't get it. Okay. This is a really interesting Kickstarter for me. It kind of feels like my YouTube channel, where they're throwing a lot of different things against the wall to see what sticks, but I definitely think that they should do some rearranging here. So let's go back to the top here. I really want to focus back on the top here. So let's say you get through the video, and you like the video, and you think, all right, the video looks good, and then it's this, and it's this. It's like, oh, cool box cover, but cool. Okay, there we go. There's some cool stuff, little dudes. But it's just, I want to be more wowed in this section right here. Tell me how you've already hit the pledge goal, and how today, in 1 hour, we're going to be unlocking something new. Oh, why isn't the Thursday one unlocked? Wait, that's because today is Thursday. Oh my gosh. I stay at home all day, every day. And yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So yeah, I would totally have the Thursday one popped up there. And I don't know if it's possible. But here's one thing that I would totally do, is if you can have some sort of countdown clock embedded into that. I don't know if that's something you could do, but that is something that some Kickstarters need to get on. That would be cool if it actually had a ticker to when there was going to be a big announcement. Like, imagine if on Saturday at a certain time they were going to announce that there was going to be a Kickstarter exclusive thing, and it was going to be big, and they could promote it and say, find out what the big Kickstarter exclusive thing. And maybe people who weren't even interested in this game are like, oh wow, it's a giant obese man on a unicorn. That instantly intrigues me and makes me want to check out New York Crisis. Like, any sort of marketing like that, I think, would be good. But let's check out the updates, the comments. Not too many comments, which is good. That tells me the last Kickstarter wasn't a complete dumpster fire. We are funded thanks to your amazing support. Different language. The updated version of the game includes a much wider variety of enemies and things you have to face. So the miniatures version will include all characters and special enemies as miniature, and the basic thugs will be standees. Thanks for your support. Okay. And he's very active, engaged, looks good. And overall, I like it. I think so. Oh, but man, there's the price. Let's talk about the price here, because I think that's important. We're not looking at the early bird. We're going to look at the regular one. The core game pledge is $43. Oh man, that core game pledge is $43 plus the shipping, because the core game pledge only comes with the 4 minis. Right? Like, it's nothing. The fact that I have to scroll down so far to get to this is, once again, no, it's just not user-friendly. Make this easier to find. The core game pledge. Is that Is that a $45 game? Is that a $43 game? 4 tiny minis. So these are like pawns. I don't know. Nobody's getting that pledge level for the most part, though. But still, I have a hard time seeing the value there. 62, there's not. And here's the problem. Here's the problem that we have with Kickstarter right now. With this should not be something I'm even thinking about. Like, oh, is this worth the value? But other Kickstarters, other multi-million-dollar Kickstarters have just ingrained into our brain that, oh, you can get all this for like 80, 90, $100. And let's be honest, by the time I get out of here with this pledge level right here, let's see actually what it's going to be. Because I think it's going to be about $100. $68, the Kickstarter exclusive pledge level plus the shipping, which is $15 to $20. So I'm probably looking at $80 to $100 in that price range that I'm going to pay, and I'm used to $80 to $100. Oh, maybe that gets me Etherfields or something like that, and it makes it so much harder for these smaller game companies to compete, and that really sucks. But I'm looking at this from a completely consumer perspective. I'm here to, I don't know what the heck this segment is about, to be honest with you. I don't know. I know the people that are making the Kickstarters are really liking them because it's kind of like blind play testing, but blind Kickstarter testing. But I have a hard time seeing the value when paired it up against something else. And I think that just makes it really hard to compete. I do think the game looks cool, and I think the game has that certain niche, especially because it appears to be much more bite-sized. So I would lean into that a little bit more, and I would spruce up this section right here. But there you go. That is today's Kickstarter critique on New York Crisis. If you made it this far, I do want to give you a couple show notes. First and foremost, thank you so much for joining. This has been one of my most subscriber gain months in the last that I've ever had. Just in this last month since I've introduced the Kickstarter critique and started to really work a lot more behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, doing more for Bauer's Game Corner. And so thank you for coming on the journey. And I do apologize when you see things that are rough around the edges. Know that I am always working towards trying to flatten those out. And if you have any input or comments or anything like that, please let me know in the comments down below. And one more big announcement is that due to the fact that I'm starting to do the Kickstarter critique every single day, I'm going to now extend Silly Saturday to the weekend, where I'm actually going to be doing 2 Kickstarter critiques outside of the world of board games on the weekend, and that's just because I'm running out of Kickstarters that really interest me. You know, I do Fivers, and I think I've done 2 or 3 where I get paid to do one of these, but most of them it's just because I'm interested in something or because someone suggests something. So that's another thing. Let me know in the comments below if there's something you would like to see done on the Kickstarter critique. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.